The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.
Welcome to the
Bingway.
The All Seeing Guys.
Batingway.
The All Seeing Guys.
It's Stephen John.
When there's something strange in the neighbourhood,
What neighbourhood?
who are you going to call?
Londis. Cool Londis.
Londis makes me feel good.
Mega deals on Pepsi.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Boost bars.
Super noodles.
Honey red.
27.9p.
Hey,
Good
welcome to
evening.
episode 84, 1984.
1980, the year I was born.
The year I was also born.
Excellent. Such a coincidence.
Things happened that year.
Big things.
2 big things happened that year.
I believe also this was the year that the first Short Circuit film was released.
Ah, what a hell of a film that is too.
It's also good. Not as good as the second one.
No, it's. I mean, you know what? It does have. It's a lot of charm. The first film. It's got a lot of charm.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
The first film does give you a lot more of a nostalgic feeling than the second in that respect, because you were like, oh, so much younger, and it was all those run of fucking 80 films before the the 90s sequels popped up. Like,
That's
these
it,
were
yeah.
the good run of the last fucking 80s films. Like,
Just, we were given some good watching material when we were in the
fucking
80s.
Short Circuit was a hell of watching material. And I don't get me wrong, I do, as we all know, I love fucking Short Circuit. And I don't think I've actually watched it its entirety since we've been talking about it. But I recently found out I did watch a whole series of clips of it on YouTube. I don't even know how I got onto it.
Easily done, mate.
I think
done.
I'd looked at it before and it came up for some reason like a recommended thing. And I was like, oh man, Short Circuit 2, and clicked on it. And then just watched like 6 scenes.
Whoopah.
Every scene with him. Like, I didn't watch. I watched a bit of when he gets smashed up, but it's too sad.
Oh, you can't, man. It's like watching
too sad.
Casino when fucking
It's
Joe
sad.
Pesci's out in the
Yeah.
cornfield. Like, it's horrible. Like, it's
It's a
just
dark
terrible.
fucking scene. It does it for me. It's one of the most fucking distressing scenes of all time in any
Yeah.
film. And I've seen Pearl Harbor.
I don't know. I found when I was quite younger, I found the
Quite younger.
quite younger.
When I was quite younger,
when I was of a young age.
that was my name.
and I didn't understand such things. I remember watching Teen Wolf, and it's the scene where they're at the party and there's 2 people on the
Yes.
ground getting covered in whipped cream, and I didn't understand it, and it upset me.
I'm sorry.
It did. I remember crying.
I
And
don't understand it.
you
And I
know,
don't care for
it's,
it.
It's one of my early.
Good day.
It's like literally one of like the early memories that I have
Wow.
of like childhood, and I remember like the TV being turned over to Wallace and Gromit, but like the original, the first one. Like when they go to the moon,
yeah.
the cheese moon.
Yeah.
And then we turned over to that for a bit until the scene ended, and went and then flipped back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, it really upset you.
I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand why everyone was cheering on these people being covered in.
I remember
whipped
one
cream.
of the first memorable scenes of that film was when the dad opens the door and he's a werewolf.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason would be like, let's play Teen Wolf, and he always wanted to be the dad. So we would like play Teen Wolf.
I remember when I found out there was a second one, and obviously being a big fan of Arrested Development, finding out Jason Bateman was in
Yes.
it, I was just like, fucking awesome.
It's bad.
Like, let's watch it. And then it was the original characters. But he was like the nephew or something like that, so he had it by like genes.
Yeah.
But then like Styles and the other guy were in college, and it was like, but Styles isn't Styles. We've definitely had this conversation.
Yeah, who
before.
we have.
But oh god, even like it's just such a dog shit film.
Yeah, it's a bad film.
It's awful.
It's a bad fucking film.
Absolutely awful.
I'd say
Welcome.
we head into a bit of fucking geese droping. Where, of
Yes.
course, we heard snippets of overheard conversations, maybe by us or sent to us.
Why would we start with anything else?
geese dropping?
Gaze dropping. Having a listen.
I've been pretty good, swanning around the country, writing poetry and drinking red wine.
What prick was that?
Somebody in the lamb.
Oh god. Sorry.
Me and Ed
that's
heard
just-
it. Ed was like, "Did you just hear that?" I've been pretty good.
Anyone that refers
I
to them...
I actually did misread it. It says swanning around the countryside.
Sorry,
It's
but
like-
anyone refers to their movements as swanning. Can fuck right off.
I've been pretty
That's a
good.
bee in the bonnet.
Swelling around the countryside, running poetry and drinking red wine.
We will be going back to bee in your bonnet later.
Yes,
in the
of
episode.
course you will. Yes. Have you got one to dive into?
I do. Yeah, this was. I can't remember where we were, but it must have been in a pub or something. But I was at the bar and I heard this. I want to believe in Bigfoot, but if it does exist, they would have caught it already.
Where'd you hear that?
I can't remember.
Oh, that's good.
I've got a feeling it was when the pub up the road that you were in before coming
Yes.
in. The what is it? The
Prince of Wales.
yeah, the Prince of Wales. I think we went in there to see if they were showing the football.
Right.
And we were really hungover and wanted to sit outside, but there was no TV outside, so we didn't go in. But then on the way out, I swear I walked past someone saying that.
Right. Okay.
I think that's when it was.
Interesting. Good catch. Good geese dropping.
I was happy with it.
Yeah, I'd be too. I was on the bus with Lizzie when we both had to work late and both just on the same time got on the bus in Kingston.
Yeah.
And we were both tired. The bus was going really fucking slow. It was hot. We were running late. We were tired. And 8 fucking schoolgirls got on. But they were in some sort of sport fucking club. They had some fucking sort of sport fucking clothing on. But they were definitely from school.
Badminton lessons.
And they all got on and they all had really horrendous fake nails.
Really long?
Really long. Obviously, they looked horrible, but they all had them.
I bet they do that Instagram photo when it's they do the claw.
They got on the bus and they were just so loud and they sat all spread apart because it was busy, so there were only a few seats. Just all in front of me. Excuse me, can I sit there? They all sat down. They were just loud. From what I can gather, they'd been talking to some boys.
Ah, yes, of course.
And it sounded like they hadn't met them. Like they'd only met them right online because they were meeting them in a park.
Yeah.
That's what I could gather. They were on their way to a park to meet these boys they'd met online. Because you could,
I remember those
the way
days.
they were talking. She would just be like, one of them didn't want to go,
Yeah.
and was like, no,
I don't want to get fingered.
She's like, I don't know who they are. No, look, we'll go see them. If we don't like them, we'll just say we've got an appointment at 5. We'll just say we've got an appointment at 5. And they were just like,
What?
well, basically, she's like, if we don't like them, because it was 5, maybe 7, sorry, 7, because it was fucking almost 7 already.
Yeah.
She's like, if we don't like them, we'll just say we've got to go get our nails done, and we'll leave. Say we've got a nail appointment at 5, and that's fucking 5, at 7, and we'll fucking leave.
I bet the boys were way older.
They did say what one was old. You'll hear this when I say my series.
Fantastic.
So I have a series of geese droppings from these girls talking. Oh, they were hard.
Feed me.
Most of these have come from the girl sat right in front of us.
Okay.
Come to the park. They won't do anything to you. I'll look after you. Even though we aren't good friends kind of thing, I'll still look after you.
What? Jesus Christ.
How noble.
Yeah.
How noble.
Chivalry, ain't it?
Yeah, I bet say, I'd fucking say that. It ain't dead. Looking after a girl.
They ain't dead.
A girl.
yet.
A girl that she doesn't even like as a friend.
Oh, God.
But offering
Even though we're kind of not friends.
To look after her when they go to the park to meet some older men they met online.
Oh, man. This has got honeypot written all over
Next
it.
one. It's only £3 to replace each nail.
What?
It's only
That seems expensive.
Yeah, well,
I don't know shit about nails.
Apparently that's good.
Jesus.
Apparently that's good. £3. I told you, man. They must have recently had them all done because that's all they were talking about in between.
Is that what teenage girls do now? Is that what they do?
Yeah, they were
Is
young
They just
too,
go
man,
and get their nails done.
Yeah, they were long and horrible. All of them had them. All of them had these fucking horrible
Unnecessary.
nails.
Unnecessary.
Ooh, we could go Nando's.
It's good to see that Nando's is still thriving.
No, this one I can't really explain.
The levels of cheek at Nando's have never faded.
Yeah, that's a high level of cheek. That's like hot cheeky sauce.
How have they not done a cheeky sauce?
Oh, they must.
How have they
seen.
not latched onto the whole cheeky fucking run and not done a cheeky sauce?
As this one, I missed the beginning of this because I was just trying to look away for a minute. And I just heard...
Taking a breather.
And I just heard, you like cherries up the bumhole.
Brilliant.
Cherries.
Is that an insult?
Cherries up the bumhole,
You like
Joe.
cherries up the bumhole.
I like it. I thought it was good.
That was good.
That one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's not bad, but you can't, that stem is not strong enough to be able to pull it out.
You can try. That's the game. See how many you get in, you pull one out.
I'll get cherries next time.
That'll be fun. This is us for 20 minutes doing that. Oh, God, stop recording. It's gone wrong.
No, Craig, I can't do it anymore. There's 3 up there now.
Oh, Jesus. That's an apple, Jack. Jack? I was about to say Jackson. That's an apple, Jackson. So, yeah, we heard cherries at the bum. I then heard the older boy said I had the nicest ass, and you got a jelly ass.
Fucking. How old were they?
I reckon maybe 16, 15, 16.
God.
The older boy said I had the nicest ass, and you got a jelly ass.
I wonder what. I want to know the
Wow.
statistic.
But the thing is, the girl was like, "Who said what?" He went, "You." He said, "You've got a jelly ass." I was like, "Oh man." She was like, "Oh,
jelly, isn't that a good thing?
no, I don't think so." She was like, "Oh, okay," and just kind of looked away. And I
wobbly?
was- I don't think so. That'd make me wobbly, I guess.
I mean, it's obvious that
Jelly.
one girl.
That was like red and see-through.
One girl is trying to be queen of the slags.
This girl was the queen. All these are pretty much that they all have come from the same girl sat in front of me.
I bet she's wanked
she
off
was
at least 5
definitely
guys.
the leader or want to be leader. And they all seem to like, she definitely was the leader. She was the Cordelia of the fucking
It's like, no, I'm a slag. I want to make sure that my friends are slags also.
Nah, this one, I don't even know where to start with this one.
That's always a good beginning.
They were having a go.
I don't know where to start with
One of
this.
the girls admitted she fancied a guy, and she was like, "Oh, you fancy blah blah blah. Oh, your standards have dropped."
Oh, fucking hell.
And they started talking about him. And again, the leader eventually turned around and went, "He's not that nice. However, it would be nice to lay on him.
Jesus.
It would
Jesus
be nice
Christ.
to lay on him."
Just lay on him. Just, what, have a cuddle?
I don't know. Maybe that does mean sex. I don't know. I'm sure it does.
Get laid!
But like, these young kids
fucking-
and their slang.
Oh, man.
Now this this last one of the girls didn't want to go, and another
Yeah.
girl was like, "No, come." And the girl didn't want to go.
I don't want to come.
The girl that didn't want to go was like, "No, I'm not going. I don't want to." And she obviously was scared, but she's like, "Why not?" She's like, "I can't be bothered." But
She had a
obviously,
slag, that's why.
she was obviously scared about going.
Wasn't
Rightly
a
so.
slag and had bare
She was
homework.
rightly scared about not going. Fucking
Yeah.
going to meet a bunch of guys just in a line who are older in the park who, of course, say your friend's got a jelly ass.
I want to know the statistic of how many fucking virginities have been lost in a park.
Oh, I reckon that's
That's a
fucking
big,
high.
that's a big old statistic, isn't it?
The girl that was fucking didn't want to go eventually left, and then the leader on the talk who's done all these geese jobs turned to the other girl trying to convince her to stay and went, "Helen hates you, innit?"
Stay, Helen hates you.
Helen hates you, innit?
Just no explanation.
No.
Helen hates you, innit?
And then I didn't hear the response, but then she went, "Yeah, but she's your cousin though."
Can we please? Can we just spend the day on like the 71
We've said this
bus?
before.
We'll get the Zoom mic back and we'll just spend the day on the bus.
Yes, the Weird and Wonderful Frey podcast with Jack and Jacko have had our
Hola.
Zoom mic for a while now. Welcome to use it. I will be calling in the favour at
I will
some
be.
point.
Yeah, I'll be requiring that back at some point when
Yes.
we want to spend
We'll-
the
we'll-
entire day on a bus route.
We want to get on a bus and just go back and forth, see what happens.
But no, we'll only do it during the school times. So like from like say like 8 o'clock till 9, and then we can get off and go to the pub.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back on at about like 2:30 till like 5.
Definitely to at least 5, half 5,
Yeah,
because that's when it
absolutely.
gets.
You've got to wait for the ones that are getting out of detention and
It does
shit.
get quite interesting then.
Well, I also had one more geese drop.
Oh, yes?
Absolutely cannot remember for the life of me where I heard this. It simply says, my nipples are the size of 5p pieces." Now, I don't care if that was male or female. That's small.
Yeah,
That's a small size.
I like it though.
It's all right though. I'm not
like
saying there's
it.
a bad thing,
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all.
but 5p. I mean, the only time that's probably acceptable is if you're like 8.
So I have one more to go out on
Oh, go on.
because it's good. No.
Can I just say, I can't believe we're advocating stalking school kids
Oh,
on a
mate.
bus.
So this is not from the same bus journey. This is I was in Surbiton with Ed. I think after the game we watched at the Grove, and I went to Ed's, and you went home.
Yeah.
So I think it's on the way there, so we stopped at the little Sainsbury's by the station.
The Belgium game.
Yeah, and a girl literally she walked. Again, another young girl on the phone. No, she with her friend walked out of Sainsbury's having a loud conversation. I was waiting for Ed, who was inside, and he was just coming up behind them. And she walked out and she went, "He just sat me down and gave me 2 hours of uninterrupted pleasure."
I wonder what he did.
I was just like, "Ed, did you hear that?" He's like, "Yes." What the fuck is that?
You're fucking right, I heard it.
Jesus Christ! What does that
Man.
mean? What
It's
does that
just
mean?
like people just so open these days, aren't they?
I mean, it could have been anything. Maybe she fucking sat him down and made her watch fucking 2 hours of Hollyoaks.
Maybe he sat her down and just rubbed her feet.
Yeah, it gave her a nice foot,
gave her a nice foot
massage,
rub,
washed
you know?
her hair.
Yeah.
Combed her hair.
Gave her a bit of a cuddle and also positively responded to watching Love Island.
No, well, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
There you go.
It'd been my fucking little cheeky fucking Friday night in.
Nice little. That's a lovely
evening. Foot rub and fucking Love Island.
Her laying.
We should do that after the show.
laying in her towel with her hair up because she's got to let it dry.
Yeah. Fucking the old cliche. Fucking cotton between the toes. Where
Yeah.
Where he's painting their nails and
yeah.
they're drying. Classic.
Oh, lovely.
Classic.
Bay.
Oh, that's like there's always that sitcom moment when someone's done their toenails, has to walk funny to get the door or something. There's always that moment where the feet and the hands.
Pizza's here.
Where the feet and the hands are done and no one answers the door and they have to do the walk and the laughter track's like ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
They have to walk to get the door with their nails done.
Such struggles.
Next time when we make a sequel to the Evlick, our Christmas horror film available on YouTube, the Evlick, we should have one of those scenes. Just there doing his nails on hands. Oh, who's at the door? And then, boom. It's the Evlick. The Evlick's there. Just like the basket. Welcome to the neighborhood. And we're like, it's the
Welcome
Evlick.
to the neighborhood.
It's like a sitcom. The backing track's like,
This
this couldn't be the Evlick, could it? No, it is. It is.
surely not.
Boo. Turning around. A plank of wood just
Could
missing
it
his head.
be?
Oh, we're massively sidetracked there.
Always. That's what
Mentioning the girl go, we could go to Nando's. I went to Frango's recently.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fucking return.
Seeing I recently sat down and did a mini review of the 2 Nando's I went to. Luckily, fate intercepted and directed me to Frango's.
How was your experience?
Yeah, it was good. I was meeting
Was it naughty?
It was naughty. I was meeting Rob, Gabby, and the little one Casey for the first time.
Yeah.
Tiny fucking baby man, lovely baby. But I hadn't held a small baby.
Yeah.
Indiana's 9 months. She's fucking like toddler size.
Yeah, I still remember the first time,
Like-
like 5 days after she was born.
Yeah, and it's like I was like when I held him, I was like, Jesus, fuck. I panicked a bit. I was just
Yeah,
at
of
first
course.
I was all right after a second.
Yeah.
After a second, I was like, oh man, this kid's so fucking cute, and just laid there happily. But at first, I wasn't prepared for how small and light those are. I'm so
Yeah.
used to Indiana. When I held the newborn, I was like, it felt naturally like it was going to float up out of my hands.
It's not filled with
But
helium.
then saying that, it was that same day we went to Lizzie's friend's wedding anniversary, and someone had a newborn baby there who was 5, maybe 4 months actually, maybe 3, young.
Yeah.
And Lizzie held him, and again she was like, "Oh my god, it's so again same thing, so light." Like she wasn't ready to fucking have this light baby, man. Anyway, I got sidetracked. I digress. Very cute kid. Congratulations again, Rob and Gabby. They wanted to meet, and they wanted chicken, but Nando's was busy, so we're meeting Frango's. And Rob wasn't a massive. He's like, he didn't like. I think what he called Frango's, like the racist, horrible uncle of Nando's. Or something. It was good. It was good. And I'm like, I quite like that. I quite like Frango's. He's like,
Their
really?
chips are great.
Really? And I had 10 chicken strips,
Nice.
not like breaded or anything, like big old chicken with the chili fries.
Nice.
Or the hot fries, the fire fries.
That's good.
I liked it. It was good.
Sounds
I
delicious.
enjoyed it. Lizzie had like a pit thing. It looked really nice and fresh. Like,
Yeah.
I liked it.
See,
Got
mate,
my upper chips. And it was
Frango's.
when we were playing our fucking match against fucking Belgium, whatever it was, for third place in the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
And it was a really shit game, and they were showing it in there, projected on the wall.
Yeah, of course.
was
Mate,
quite cool,
anything to get people to fucking come in.
But it was quite comfortable because it wasn't heaving,
No.
but people were just
That's the beauty of it, because the thing
Just
about
sat comfortably
Frango's,
watching it.
The thing about Frango's is that there's people in there, but it never feels like there's people in there.
I'll say this about Frango's, and we said this before about Nando's. When you're like in there, it's usually, especially like that sort of timetable we're in there during the weekend, it's usually like, come on, like you're in rotation, people waiting,
yeah,
tables
yeah.
go right next one, like, and it's just like you just feel you're being hurried out, like. You can't, unless it's like during the day and it's quiet, it's really hard to really chill out in there for a while and not rush off after you've eaten and have a few beers. Frango's, when we got in there, because it wasn't really that busy, as it usually is, they were like really accommodating.
Yeah.
Cleared the table, we sat down.
Just fucking get shit done.
Yeah,
like,
before we even ordered, we had to wait for Rob and Gabby. We didn't even order, but they gave Lizzie a fucking mug of fucking boiling water to warm up the bottle and stuff.
Oh, nice.
A lot of places are funny about that. Like,
yeah, well, they don't
did
want like
it.
accidents.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything, do
So
they?
all
Like-
fine, looked after us. It was nice. I was happy.
Yeah.
I left there happy. And,
Excellent.
And
Fulfilled.
like, fulfilled. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I would, out of the choice, on like a busy weekend, I'd rather go there and have chicken because
Yeah.
it's just more chilled out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had a whole big table and just didn't have to rush. just once we finished our food, we stayed like half hour just fucking chatting and shit. And I kept getting up and refilling. It was so fucking hot that day. The most fizzy drinks I've ever fucking drunk in a day. I think
That
just
was
so
that
much
was a
fucking
fucking hot
Sprite
day.
on fucking ice.
Yeah, man.
Good day. I recommend it.
Excellent stuff.
I'd go again, Jackson.
I'd go again.
I would definitely go again.
What we going to chat about this episode?
Fuck knows.
No,
Fuck knows, man. We've
Just
got
rolling
bed.
with it.
We've been going with it. Sorry, listeners. Fucking, you can,
I thought we had an agenda.
I wonder if they're just like, oh, it's so stale now. They just fucking sit there and have a catch up. And when they record 2 episodes back to back, they've already called up. So what are they catching up?
No, but hang on. I think people would find like a common ground with that because like there's plenty of people out there that are not as like they don't see their friends as often as they used to.
Yeah.
And they'd fully understand the concept of like sitting down, having a couple of beers, and just having a fucking catch up.
True. Have a couple of beers with us.
There you go. Have a couple of beers with us and listen to what's been
Or
going on in our
rum,
lives.
Rum and cola.
I don't. I not really a lot's happened to me, unfortunately.
We just recorded an episode, so we already talked about what's happened.
Yeah, well, no, me personally, not a lot's gone on.
So-
I did see a woman get her head stuck in a train door.
Oh yeah, magic.
So yeah, it was at Wimbledon Station. Something had fucking happened along the further along the line, whether it was someone had jumped in front of a train.
I heard someone got hit, and then they never say jump.
There was
do they?
the announcement that was coming over the station was to the advice of the emergency services, trains have been delayed or cancelled.
Right.
So it was all a bit up in the air. Fucking just pandemonium. Everyone was just clambering to get on whatever train they fucking
I
could.
passed Surrey Station on the bus around when it was all happening, and fucking the people outside, it was just chaos.
Yeah, it was fucking
Like,
heavy.
just all trying to get cabs. It was hundreds, mate. I had never seen so many people outside Surrey Station.
Yeah.
And that obviously they were all waiting to get on the bus, so the street was just packed as well. It was crazy.
It was awful. I think the weirdest thing was obviously like once a train leaves and like the station's a little bit less full, you're just like, oh, this is going to be okay. But then you
and then it
forget
fills
that.
up.
But then the thing was, no one was aware of when the next train was coming, and during that time, 50 to 100 people have just turned up.
Yeah.
So like it's all fucked. But I got to a point I'd let 2 trains go, and I was just like, all right, I'm getting on this one. Like I need to get this. I'm fucking knackered from work. I'm off for a couple of days. I just want to go home and fucking sleep. And so I get to the doors, and it's like it turns up, and there's a girl in there like pressed against the door. So like the door's open because someone's pressed the button on the outside, but because it's so full inside, there's someone leaning against the wall, which is the buttons.
Classic.
So the door's open. The girl immediately leans forward to get out, and someone's leaned on the closed door, and that they literally just crush her on the neck,
shit.
and you just hear him just go, and everyone waiting to get on's like, oh my god, and I'm just like trying not to laugh because I'm fucking sleep deprived and just thought it was really funny.
Fuck.
But like someone behind me just went like, good gracious,
Good gracious, excellent callback.
right? Look an old timey saying.
Not even goodness gracious me, just good gracious.
Yeah, good gracious.
That's awesome.
But that's been the highlight of my week so far.
I got my head stuck in a lift door when I was at school, when I was in secondary school.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I think I told the story before.
Holy fuck.
Rob loves this fucking story who I mentioned earlier. It was between lessons, so like you had to like quickly get to your next classroom.
Yeah.
So it was just fucking chaos because every child in that school within those like 3 minutes is doing the mad dash from one classroom to another, and it's like 4 floors. Like,
Yeah.
And it was just chaos. And I remember fucking coming on this floor, and we were like, I can't remember where I was in 6th form or year 11, but for some reason the English teacher was in the lift, and it was just her in there, and it was closing, and she said to a few of us, get in here, which never happened. Teachers are never like, get in the lift with me. I think because of that, maybe we were in 6th form.
That usually it's get out of the lift.
I think we were in 6th form by now, so we were like in like regular casual clothes. Maybe, I might be wrong, but she's like, get in, and everyone, I went to get in, and I kind of got there a bit late, and someone behind me like knocked me, and I fell over, and I hit the floor, and I kind of looked up, and I was kind of at the feet, and then the lift doors just went on my head. Like,
Well, over and over again.
A couple of times.
Fucking hell, man.
And everyone was like, fucking hundreds of kids running past. I got kids got stuck in the lift.
And then it all went a bit Resident Evil, and it started going up.
Going up, man, that was scary. Okay, now I pulled away, so I rolled out of that pretty quick. And was
Yeah,
like, got up
man.
and was like, fuck. And just,
Did you have a fear of lifts after that? For a
No,
little
not
bit?
really.
No.
No, not at all, actually. I mean, I'm not scared to get in the lift.
No.
Depending on how far I have to go, I'd rather not get in. I prefer the stairs.
Yeah, no. Fair enough.
Depending on how high it is and who I'm with.
What's the maximum flight of stairs?
I don't know, but if I got...
Say like 5 floors. Would you do 5 floors?
It depends on the floors. Like, if like a big epic hotel, probably not.
Nah, say it if
Not
it was
every
like
time. No, I'd get the lift.
so
I'd get
it's-
the lift.
let's
If it was
say-
a hotel, I'd get the lift. It's too far to do every day.
let's say a flight of stairs is say 2 sets of 6
No,
stairs.
probably not then.
No?
I might do it once. It was like when we were staying in Vegas, the hotel was pretty tall.
Yeah.
But I hated the lift because it was so slow. It went 100 places before it went to the fucking ground floor. And just so many random people would get in. I remember being in there just behind this, literally like 4 or 5 massive hench fucking black dudes in tight vests
Yeah.
and like fucking do-rags on. All fucking gold fucking jewelry, stinking of fucking weed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like fucking pissed up, fucking
Hello.
chatting. It was like me and them. They literally got in after me. I got upstairs to get my wallet or something. And just they got in. It was just me and these dudes and they were like, yeah. And I was like, fucking, like, proper, they've fucking got.
These are my new
Got
friends.
40s in their hands, fucking hench as fuck, stinking of fucking weed, fucking ready to go out. And it's just like, fuck, this is tense in this lift right now. It was all the way down, up and down 100 times.
Damn, man.
But no, so there a couple of times I actually took the stairs if I was on my own,
Yeah.
which was a few stairs.
Yeah.
And pretty fucked up. It was definitely the cheap fucking hotel, especially over this Memorial Day weekend. It was like spring break. You'd go down the stairs and I saw the same empty, like, vodka glasses with like a few straws in them.
Oh, yeah,
there
yeah.
the entire time I was there.
Like the yard
There
long
was a
sort
pair
of
of, I
ones.
swear I saw a pair of knickers in the stairwell. Like,
Oh, mate, I
imagine-
bet horrid things
Yeah,
going
I
on
bet
in the
horrid
stairwell,
things
man.
went on in that
People be
stairwell.
fucking.
Yeah, I think so.
People be fucking.
I think so. But
I was always intrigued about because I remember when we've spoken about Paris previously in
Yes.
episodes, and when I was in Paris, I remember when we were at the Eiffel Tower, which I was reminded of a funny story about yesterday when meeting up with my mum and sister and my dad's sister. When we went to like the Eiffel Tower, so obviously there's like the first floor and then there's
Yeah.
the top second floor.
Yeah.
We only got to the first floor, and that's fucking
it's
high.
high. I've been there.
That is so fucking
Yeah.
much higher than you actually realise.
yeah.
And I got up there and I was just like, I couldn't deal with that. I was just like, it really spun me out. So I like sat just like away from as far away from the edge as possible, to the point that I was sat there and apparently I was mistaken for a homeless child.
How did you get up this Eiffel Tower?
There was like, I think there was a picture of me just sat there and someone like talking to me. And I was just like, no, I'm fine. I just don't really like being towards the edge of that. But also they had one of those glass bottom things, and I looked in
Yeah.
that, and people are the size of ants, and
Yeah.
that spun me out. But
I swear I had a waffle or some sort of dessert there. There was like a little thing open.
yeah, there's
selling-
probably some sort of crepe
Yeah,
affair.
yeah. I think I had a crepe when I was up there. Actually,
The crepes of wrath.
I think I had a crepe up there. Is it crepe, decrepit,
Crepes.
crepes.
No, that's
shoes,
shoes, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, no, I remember when we were on the lift up, you could see people walking the stairs to go up it. And I'm kind of intrigued by that, because it's all very much, the stairs are all enclosed within this kind of sort of gated sort of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah. But it's all very open. So you could still see how high you're getting whilst you're going up it. But fuck me, that's a long way up.
Yeah.
Even the first floor is a
It is.
long
Yeah,
way up.
yeah.
But I don't know how. But then the thing is, like, if you fucking commit yourself and get halfway and decide you can't do it any further, you still got to go down.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
You can't stay up there forever.
there's no in betweenness of it. Like, you have to literally, like, either complete it so you can get a lift back down, or walk back down and just feel fucking the defeat.
It was like that same Vegas when I fucking went to the Stratosphere and walked out on the top fucking roof level.
Yeah, yeah.
And just being like, fuck, this is
That's
high.
crazy. It's and that's the hotel, right?
This is high.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
insanely
fucking
high.
mental.
So high that Vegas looked, it was pretty much just red mountains.
Yeah.
Because you're in the desert.
I always
was
think that
that.
Vegas looks like a model village anyway.
It
so,
does,
like,
it does, especially from that height. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just like, I am surrounded more by big, huge fucking red mountains
Yeah.
than I am a city, like, or
Crazy,
fucking
isn't it?
buildings. It's just like, it was like one big massive grid.
yeah.
Like,
It always reminds me as well of the in E.T. the town they live in.
oh,
that.
yeah.
It is, that always looks like it's so far away from fucking anything,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they've got all this like woodland
Yeah,
and
yeah.
forest and shit. Like, but then just
just
in
a
the middle
few
of
lights.
it, there's this fucking city. Like, there's
Yeah.
all the lights and all that sort of shit. Like,
Yeah, man, it was fucking high. It was high. It was high. And I remember, like, Johnny, his cousin, his wife was just like, we went near the edge.
yeah,
She grabbed my arm and was just like, and I buried her head in my shoulder.
yeah.
Like,
nah, that's not the one, man. I'm not down with heights.
And everyone was
Heights
like-
fuck me up, dude.
it was high. And I just want to run that fucking ride. And everyone's like, I'm so glad you're not going on it. And I was like, fuck's sake, I need to go on it now.
It's gnarly, dude. I don't know. I like, just there's certain, like, there's, you know what, being like, say, like going to the Empire State Building or something like that, that's fine because there's like a whole fucking grid around it.
Yeah.
And you just feel safe. There's just this, always this feeling of if I get like to the edge of like a balcony, that's even say 10 floors up.
Yeah.
If I get to the edge of that, I just feel my body just wobble.
I do feel odd on them. I'll sit on a balcony when I'm on holiday, and it'll be quite high up, and I'll sit there. I will feel.
I can sit there, no
I will
problem.
be a bit nervous about going near it. I will stand up occasionally and look, but I'll be.
Even just then, even imagining it then just made me fucking shake.
It's more that weird feeling that you will have a compulsion to just jump over it.
Yeah,
it's
that's
that,
exactly it.
It's that
It's the leaning over that makes me feel nervous. I'm just like, why am I leaving? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I doing this?
So when I was a kid, I had a huge fucking fear. My fear of looking over edges wasn't just that it was high. My biggest fear was if I was on a banister looking out, somebody would run up behind me, grab my ankles, and just tip me over. Yeah. And I think I was scared of it. So I'm pretty sure
Gary, right?
I'm pretty.
It'll be Gary.
No. I think Gary is even born. I'm pretty sure an uncle or some description don't throw me over.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure I was looking quite high, or for me at that age, quite high. I'm fairly sure an uncle or someone did grab my ankles and lift me up.
Nah,
So I
man.
didn't let go, but lifted me up, and I was like, fucking, and I'm fairly sure that happened, and then put me down as like a big joke.
It's the Michael Jackson joke.
And I'm fairly sure that's where that fear, fear of that
fair
happening
enough.
comes from. Like, I'm not so scared of it now, but it does still pop in my head.
Yeah.
When I was at the Grand Canyon, I got close enough to kind of, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I didn't stand right by it. People were stood right on the edge of it getting told off. He would jump over to this big fucking column bit for photos. Not meant to, but they do. But yeah, like that's a big fear of mine. Just because I just can't imagine unless you like go dead weight quick enough, controlling that. Even that wouldn't work. Ankles grabbed.
Yeah.
Up. You couldn't fucking do anything.
Nah. I always like,
Terrifying.
You know when you see those like window cleaners in those units that go down the side of the building. It's usually just like it'll just be like almost a shelf that they're standing on and it goes up and down it. Always like the idea of that, like breaking and stuff like that, and someone trying to rescue me, I would be
holding on,
gripping onto that, and I would not be able to let go until I died.
Yeah,
like I would just be
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd just be like, don't worry about it. It's
I'll be fine.
I can wait.
On that note of me saying how fucking terrifying it'd be, I had fucking last night. I had a really fucking terrifying dream that woke me up. Just like I've not had one of those for a long time.
Yeah, like
proper, like real. It felt so real, like pure peril, panic, and like fear.
Yeah,
and I woke up just like, oh! I dreamt I was in a car with somebody I didn't know, and I was a passenger. And we were trying to drive under a bridge. I think in my head it was like by the station in Kingston where there's that low road that goes under the bridge. And for some reason it was full of water because it had been storming.
Well, that happened once, didn't it?
Yeah, it happened a few times. It was storming. And we went into the water and he tried to hit the brakes, but we just drove straight into it and the car wouldn't start.
Yeah.
And the car was filling with water. And the guy driving seemed quite calm, so I stayed calm. Like in my dream, I'm like, okay, no, he's calm. He knows we're going to be fine. And he was like, right, open the window a little bit. So I did. And the water started trickling out, but it still rised over the open window.
Yeah.
And then when he's just like, oh, I thought that would have fixed it. Oh, we're fucked. But it wasn't even funny. Like, it wasn't funny. It was terrifying.
Yeah, of
At
course.
that point, in the dream, I was so relaxed because he seemed like he had a plan. But then when he was like, oh, I thought that would have done it, we're fucked. When that was said, in my dream, it was pure fear. And I started like pulling the door and it wouldn't open.
Oh, we are in trouble.
And it's like my head's against like the roof and the water's like over my chin getting higher.
Yeah.
And I can't lift my mouth any more than it is. And then I'm frantically trying to pull the handle, and it goes over my face. And in my dream, I'm just like, and then I like smack the handle and the door does open.
Yeah.
And I swim out. And we survived. Like, and we got out and I was like, woke up and like, fuck. Went back to sleep and just me and this guy were just bowling around this town looking for a hostel to stay in. Like, I don't think we were a couple or anything. But it was a weird fucking dream.
That is odd.
Terrifying though. It was a terrifying dream. Just no control that I was sinking in a car underwater was fucking really fucking scary.
Did you get your violin out like it was Titanic?
No, I should have. I think I did make a Titanic
It has been an
joke or
honour.
reference in my head. Like, there might have been a Titanic
It's been an honour
reference.
playing with you.
It's been an honour, sir. I mentioned earlier that we do, of course, have a bee in the fucking bonnet.
Yeah, we do.
Where, of course, we moan about something that's pissed us off
God.
recently. Let's go into bee in the bonnet. So it might be in the bonnet. And we've talked about aspects of this before, is when people ask Facebook a question when they could ask Google.
Yeah.
Like, that's always been an ongoing
Be
in the bonnet.
I mean, I think it's been proven over time that human responses are not as reliable as robot ones.
Well, now they do the recommendations on Facebook, don't they?
Yeah.
So you can be like, oh, I'm looking for a plumber, recommendations, and that's a feature. So, okay, fair enough. They've made that out of it.
Yeah.
But it's when people just flat out in a status ask a question, like, you could Google that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's not what this been about.
Oh my God!
This
What's that thing when, like, you know, I've got like a lacerated wrist?
What does that mean? I'm bleeding everywhere.
Oh God! Can anyone suggest what I do?
My vagina's open and there's half a baby's head
Bleed
poking
out
out.
is the answer.
Anyone know what this means?
Let yourself bleed out is the answer.
My being the bonnet is an extension of that, of this question
Yeah.
people ask Facebook. And that's when people ask a question in Facebook, and then usually
ask for a recommendation.
and usually in brackets put serious answers only, please.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Exactly. Fuck off.
Jesus Christ.
Why
are you asking
it's
Facebook?
social media.
People probably wouldn't even put piss take answers if you don't write that.
No.
Because I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. I start
like-
thinking, what would I actually
Mate,
put?
I mean, it's like when people post shit about, like, Israel's bombed Palestine, but no one's talking about it. Only serious opinions, please. It's just like, no, fuck off, you high and mighty high horse cunt. Fuck off.
I am the news on Facebook. I am woke.
I am woke. I'm so woke.
Only serious woke,
You
please.
know, I'm so woke. I'm more woke than that woke and sloth fucking website that gets used all the time. Yeah,
I'm
that's
woke.
right.
Only woke answers, please.
I wasn't awake, and then Greg came over, so I had to wake up.
That could be the episode title.
What?
Only woke answers, please.
Only woke
I don't know how
answers.
you would fucking draw that.
I don't know how I'm going to draw that.
Us awake,
was
I guess?
Thinking, I was thinking about doing us pressed against a train door,
Oh, yeah, that's good, actually.
but we didn't talk about it long enough.
No, it would have been like the poster of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, that'd be sick. I can use that as examples.
Yeah. I'm excited that they're going to make a Bill and Ted free.
I'm cautious,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
but you know, it's Keanu Reeves.
It'll be fun. Yeah, exactly. It'll be fun.
He might go a
Fucking
bit
Ace
John Wick
Winter.
in it.
Nah, they might make a joke, maybe. Who knows?
I saw a music video recently that looked very, very John Wickish. It was
maybe.
fucking a Wiz Khalifa one.
Oh, that makes sense, then,
Yeah.
doesn't it? That makes sense. I found this article the other day. I was looking forward to reading you. It was called "This Man Just Posted the Most Disturbing Facebook Status of All Time."
Of all time. That's
Yes.
a bold statement.
Now, listeners can't see the picture of the gentleman, but I'm going to show it to Joe. He's weird face,
hell.
short cropped hair,
Jesus.
weird
Virgin.
glasses, and big teeth. Right, so this guy basically wrote this status on Facebook.
Right.
And it was a bit weird. But anyway, this
Right.
guy, Adrian Johnson, put on Facebook this status.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I often eat alone at Wendy's. That's just down the street from my road. A little less than a week ago, I noticed they hired a new employee. She's a fair-skinned woman who, for the sake of not violating a pending order of protection, let's say is named Michelle. I was fond of her from the moment I first saw her.
Hold up. I've noticed just a little bit of phrasing there.
A little bit of a spoiler, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah.
That suggests that she
Yeah.
might have a restraining
A
order
little bit
against
of
him.
breadcrumbs for the story. Even if you were like, when I started doing this, you listeners were like, oh, for fuck's sake, Greg, don't read a big old status out. And now, first couple of
continue.
lines,
For the love of God,
you're
please.
already just like, oh, what's happened?
He is a master.
What's happened?
He's good. He's telling a story.
Yeah, he's good.
All right.
So,
From the
he's,
moment.
he's named the girl who works in Wendy's he likes Michelle.
Okay.
I was fond of her from the moment I first saw her. I immediately went home and scrounged the internet to find more information about her. I figured this way I'd be able to learn her interests and engage her in conversation regarding them. I remember initially thinking to myself that it's a shame how name tags don't include last names. All I had to go on was her first name and location. Yet thanks to Facebook's ability to search by city and state, I was able to find her in just a few hours. Once I did, I realised I'd hit
That
gold.
is that is him for 3 hours non-stop.
Yeah.
Just like, gotta find her.
Once I found her Facebook, I realised I'd hit the gold mine. Her phone number was visible to everyone, not just Facebook friends.
The stupid slut.
Most women are scared to give their number to a stranger
It's
because they
how bizarre is
don't
that?
think they're trustworthy. But if someone asks you out on a date after looking you up and learning your phone number without having to tell them, you're likely to be more trusting of that person since they already know your personal info. Right, now, part of me feels like this is someone trying to make a point about like just not being an idiot on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, the more I read it, you'll find out later on, I think this guy was... he was just this dude. Like, I think at some point...
Was there some innocence to it that he maybe thought that his actions
maybe
weren't
a bit of
completely
autism
mental?
in here, maybe? I don't know. Like, the way he's writing, maybe. Like...
I feel like this guy's going to be our next
I
agony
kind of
aunt.
feel for the guy.
We can make this an agony
I
aunt.
kind of feel for the guy a little bit, but, like,
Right.
who knows? Like,
Up until when do you feel for him?
now, pretty much.
Go on.
So, after obtaining her phone number, I figured I'd try to do something romantic that would build me up to asking her out. I decided to use an app that would let me text her without revealing my number.
That's what people want.
The app allowed me to change my number at will, essentially making it unblockable, which I thought was a good idea since she might think it's just one of her friends messing about.
Fucking hell.
This would grant me the ability to remain a complete enigma to her. Once a day, I told myself, only text her once a day so it isn't creepy. Sadly, I was far too excited at the prospect of having my first girlfriend to stick to that.
Wow.
My first text to her was simply, I saw the picture of your graduation you posted. You're beautiful. Later that day, I was sitting in the Wendy's parking lot. I sent her another text. I can see you right now. One day you'll see you'll see me too. Before I knew it, I had texted her over 300 times in just a few days. She never once responded to any of them. Still not all the messages contained text. Some were just pictures of her that I took while she was at work.
Oh my fucking God.
Some of you may have noticed that I wasn't online at all yesterday. There's a good reason for that. Yesterday,
I was banned.
Yesterday was the day I met her in person and tried to ask her out. It didn't go as planned. Would you like me to continue?
Yes.
I walked up to Michelle while she was at the counter and told her that I was her admirer. Her cheerful expression changed as she suddenly started shouting, "This is the guy, Marco, this is the guy." Marco is her manager. He jumped from behind the counter and grabbed me while instructing her to call the police. I bit his arm hard enough to draw blood. But he did not release me until the police arrived. The police said that the detainment was lawful.
Yeah, you text her 300 times in a couple
Which
of
meant
days.
that I was charged with battery for biting the manager. So he basically wasn't charged for the
Oh my
stalking
God,
messaging.
really?
It was lawful. They didn't think he don't really know as the
Oh
law.
my God.
But he was charged for battery for biting the manager, in addition to stalking. So he wasn't for stalking, not the texters. This amounts to almost $500 in fines. Thankfully, father told me he would take care of it since I'm currently unemployed.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The police also told me that she's filing for an order of protection, so I can't return to that specific Wendy's. Father told me to keep my chin up and to remember that some women aren't worth it. He said if she thinks having a guy flattering her, thinking about her all the time is something to call the police over, then she must be one of those nutty feminists.
Oh my God.
After spending some time thinking about it, I realised that he was right. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that it's not always you, it's them.
Wrong. It's you.
I think it's some kind of parody. It has to be.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of parody.
Absolutely got to
It's
be. There's
definitely
no
not real.
way.
It's good though. It's quite well written.
Yeah.
But I think the guy's trying to be quite clever with it, and I think he has done. But it was still an interesting read.
Oh, dear God.
It's still a fun read. Because it's being shared as this is the creepiest fake, but no one. I think obviously is fake, but that doesn't put me past the fact that if it was real, it'd be believable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's extreme, but I'd fucking I can just imagine people being like that.
Yeah.
Just haven't had much of a social life, just being like
And they're
that.
just like, but I don't understand why it's the bad
Just
thing.
fucking, whatever fucking.
I didn't hurt them. No,
whatever my
no,
dad
you
tells me,
didn't.
it's fine.
Have you ever experienced stalking?
No. No, brief periods.
Greg was reluctant to answer the question.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Not really. No, I haven't.
No, I can't think
I haven't. No, there's been intense moments where, like, people have been pissed off with me, and there's been, a lot of stalking. Not really stalking, but like out for blood.
No, I've had intense like interactions face to face.
I've done intense stalking. Intense stalking.
I've had.
I remember a guy I worked with at Summerfield. He worked like 1 day a week. He was like a manager that came in for 1 day a week.
Yeah,
and it was a bit like he was all right. It was quite like, you need to get the job done, get out. I remember his girlfriend walked in once, and I was really shocked at just how fucking beautiful she was.
Yeah.
He left, and I was like, "That's your girlfriend?" And he kind of smirked and was like, "Yeah." I was just like, "Wow, man!" I think I said to him, or to Lee in front of him, "God, I bet they're at it like rabbits." Right? And he fucking burst out laughing. But he said that she was having a big trouble with stalking. Like, some guy had been following her around and texting her, and he said the police were now involved. Like, it had been going on for ages. And I was like, "Fuck, man, that's crazy!" Like that level of it, like following her home and stuff, like. What they do say, like, I remember reading somewhere that one of the simplest sparks of people to start stalking, I swear I said this to you recently or to someone, maybe earlier today, was like forgetfulness. I said to you earlier, it's forgetfulness.
Yeah,
Probably why we're talking about this. Yeah. Is that, someone getting dressed by the window and someone seeing, like a dog walker. Just being like, she knows I can see, and then just kind of thinks
surely she must know that I can see.
Seen her naked and just been like thinking about it for a while.
Well, it's like that, mate. It's like that bit in Friends, isn't it? You know that one episode in Friends when it's before they fly to Vegas.
Yeah.
And like,
Ross sees Rachel
because she's having like naked time in her apartment.
Yeah.
And Ross is just like,
she knows I can see.
She knows I'm here, and she knows I can see her.
Yeah.
This is a sign. And it's just that.
It's that. Is that the person that thinks the girl sits next to you on the bus fancies you?
Yeah.
Like, you just kind of start
there's a spare seat, and you're less smelly than the other people.
Along those lines, people seeing like that sort of thing, maybe more than once, after a while, like, well, she's doing that for me.
I was on the bus the other day, and a 50-year-old woman sat next to me, and not at one point did I think that she was after my dick. Not one point.
Well, there are other seats available.
Yeah.
Wow, maybe she did.
Oh, I was asleep.
Maybe, oh, right.
I faked
being asleep.
And not once did she wake me up by rubbing my penis.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Fucking cock tease.
On that note, Grim, our old friend Grim, sent me a message saying how you're saying about someone next to you on the bus.
Yeah.
How when he's on the really busy tube, he notices a lot of the time if a sweet wrapper's been left on the seat, no one sits on it. And he's like, there'll be a packed fucking tube, and everyone loads of people standing. And if someone sits up, they'll sit down. But there'll be that one seat with a fucking wrapper on it, and no one will sit on it.
It's that, or like on the bus, you want
empty bottle on the seat as well.
No. It's always the like if you see like a packed bus, but there's still like 2 seats available, you wonder why, and then it's just because there's a spilt coffee on the floor.
Yeah, well, I remember sitting on the seat once on the bus, and it was fucking soaked.
Yeah,
and I remember my whole back, my shorts and my whatever I was wearing, jeans and my t-shirt were fucking drenched when I got off it. Me and Lisa, we thought my drink had leaked in my bag, and it hadn't. We'd say it's a fucking chair.
Yeah.
Fuck. Because I can fucking say.
Trains, buses, sweet wrappers.
So yeah, saying about the sweet wrapper, the worst one on the bus, I think, is what I mentioned earlier, the empty bottle on the seat. Because you're like, fuck, if I'm the cunt that knocks that off to sit down, it's going to be fucking rolling around. I would have caused that.
Yeah.
I would have been part of the problem. I could just sit and hold it, but I'm not going to do that either. If it's plastic and there's no one on either of the seats, I will like stick it down the side of one maybe, just so it's not rolling around but off the seat.
Are we still in bee in your bonnet mode right now?
I think so, because it doesn't annoy me.
I've definitely got a bee in your bonnet also, which is from my experiences, because I've got to get to the train to work, and during the summer, the train's pretty intense.
Nice.
In the mornings, you're all fucking crammed in there and shit, and just some days it's a little bit busier than others. And I was on a train the other day, and we pulled into, it always gets busy, like New Malden.
Right.
New Malden's always a big one. So, like, everyone's sort of, like, already crammed on from Surbiton. So it gets to New Malden, and people get on, and there's always like one person that sort of arrives just that little bit late, and they always get on and just like, can you move down, please? And it's just like, no. Like, no.
Great idea.
Can't. I've already got my fucking arse against someone's briefcase, and also I've nudged this girl in the head with my elbow 3 times already. I'm not moving any further. fuck off. Like, you're pissed. Just fuck
What
off.
a great idea, sir. Well, we'll move down
Yeah.
quite promptly.
We'll all just make space for you.
Thank God, sir. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Thank God. What a great idea.
It's just, ugh.
I like the fact we've managed to steer the conversation back to trains so you can do the artwork of us on a train.
Well, you know, I like to get my way
How can I
sometimes.
get myself back onto do the artwork of the train?
Trains,
He's mentioned seats on buses and trains. I'm in. I'm fucking wedding. Rappers and bottles on fucking trains.
Rappers?
I remember finding, I'm quite sad actually. I remember it was like a week or so before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And I got on a bus and I sat down and there was like a fucking HMV bag on there. And I picked it up and there was a CD in it and it was like, now that's what I call Mother's Day or something.
Oh, God.
And I sat with it for ages. I was like, could I take this? Like, I don't know. I don't think I had a job or anything. Or
no,
I was
you
like,
could take it.
And I was like, could I take this? I was like, I couldn't give this to Mum, though. I'd feel terrible. So if you are listening, Mum, I made a very good decision as a young man not to give you a
You're
CD
lucky.
I found on the
You're
bus.
absolutely lucky.
And I looked at it and I was just like, I read all the
Too
songs on
fucking,
it.
mate. It's one of those real tacky fucking.
Yeah,
Like,
but I was like, but then I felt bad because it was like 12, 13 quid. And then I felt bad that somebody bought this and left it on
what are you
there.
gonna do? Track the person down?
Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, sniffing the CD with dogs and fucking running around.
It's not like look.
Chasing back to H&M, HMV.
Imagine like if the person like got off the bus and they're like, no, Mum's present. And then he just like went back and it was just found her hanging. It's
Oh,
just-
man.
I could have stopped this.
Don't. It's like fucking, I've said this before on the podcast, like the worst thing I think I've ever done as a human being
Yeah.
in my life, maybe not, but in my eyes, was when you were out on the street too young to go to a pub.
Yeah.
And you just fucking get stoned and drunk out on the street. Fucking putting my hand in a letterbox with Lee. Sorry, Lee. And pulling out a letter and being like, yeah, sitting down and open it. And it was a fucking letter from like a little girl to Santa.
Oh man.
Mate, and we like,
Oh,
it wasn't
man.
even funny to read because we both just felt terrible.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I really want the new Beyonce album. Like, and like she had drawn a picture of like her and someone, maybe her and Beyonce.
Her and Beyonce.
No, it was like a stick drawing, and I was just like, "Fuck, man!" I mean, I ripped it almost in half, getting out the letterbox.
Oh,
And I was
dude.
like, "Mate!" So we like put it all back in the envelope and try and like fix it as much as we could. And I'm fairly sure we put it back in the letterbox. If I'm wrong, and Lee messages me soon, being like, "No, man, we like threw it in the bin," I will be devastated with
Yeah.
myself. Because now, by default, in my head, that was a letter from the future Indiana wrote to Santa.
Yeah,
So now I
man,
feel
that's
even
it.
worse.
That's it.
Like,
You feel so much worse. I remember being up in London once and like having a cigarette, and I'd casually flicked it, and it went in a postbox.
ooh,
And I was just like, I mean, to start with, I
good
was
shot.
Yeah, that was originally. He was like, "Can I get a little?" And they're just like, "No, high five for you." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And then it was just like, "What do I do?" And I was just like, "Well, let's just wait here a little bit and see if it starts smoking." And it didn't. So, my second fucking idea was to pour water in there, which would have ruined
Did you do
a
that?
lot more. No, I didn't.
You'd have been cool. That would have been a bit suspicious, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been really
Yeah, I'd
fucking
explain
suspicious.
that. Oh, I'm only pouring water in there because I threw a cigarette in there.
I can't believe I got it in.
That's good.
I was like, I'd never make a trick shot like that in my life.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, we've all done some things that we're not proud of.
Yeah, well,
And
good.
then we've done
You're-
things that we are proud
Yeah,
of.
but I said you've had a winning bonus of actually within that horrible accidental gesture, you actually threw it in the fucking hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Like fucking flying the Falcon through the fucking Death Star.
Every cloud has a silver lining,
Yeah,
man.
good fucking work. I felt so fucking bad, man. Like, on that note, we're going to go into a wankety wank. As it's been a couple of weeks since we've done one. Wankety wank, of course, when we take a segment of dialogue from a movie, remove keywords and replace them with words popping up on a live search on PornMD, which is a live search of basically people searching things to wank over. It's a
PornMD.com,
it's a
PornMD.com.
live stream, but people are fucking searching for porn.
If you ever considered spending some time or researching what people are looking at pornography-wise, go to PornMD.
Just imagine if keywords were like the powers that be removed certain words from our vocabulary as a species and automatically replace them with random sex search live search streams on PornMD.
If you were ever like
Insane.
awake at night at like 3 a.m, laying there, and all of a sudden you just wonder what Russia is typing into porn engines, PornMD will help you figure that
it'll
out.
help you scratch that
you
itch.
can probably go to sleep after that.
Yeah, you'd be fine. You would have fucking found you. Anyway, this is Wankety Wank.
I'm on the male sex, and these are my male sex.
Oh, yeah.
So, Joe, what do we have this week for Wankety Wank?
I've chosen this week the opening monologue from Goodfellas. The
Hell of a monologue.
the popular. It's not as long as I thought it was, but they never are.
No, of course
So,
not, no. Because he's acting.
yeah,
Well, he
it's just-
pauses between words.
That's it. There's just all these words and stuff. There's probably pauses in here that I'm unaware of, but fuck it.
No. we're not actors, god damn it.
Yeah. So
That's
this
good
is
acting. Oh, we are actors, really.
this is the
Can't trust us.
opening monologue of the film.
Right, and it's going to be interspiced with random porn searches. Excellent work. Let's ruin this piece of awesome film.
Can you see me point?
Yes.
Awesome. And
Right.
we're already halfway there.
Let's do it.
So this is Goodfellas. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a.
Super tiny ass master.
To me,
It's gone already.
to me, being a
Covered in cum.
was better than being the president of the.
Mum shitting.
Even before I first wondered.
We've lost him already. We've lost him.
Oh, there's so much better. Even before I first wandered into the cab stand for an after school,
Take pictures of black clitoris.
I knew I wanted to be part of them. It was there that I knew where I belonged. To me, it meant being somebody in a
Arse shaved rimming.
that was full of.
Hairy arse fingering.
They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They double parked in front of a,
Dildo poop.
and nobody ever gave them a.
Straight fuck guy.
In the summer, they'd play
Slime feet.
all night. Nobody ever even called the.
Grandpa versus teen anal.
Oh,
So I like slime feet.
Slime Feet was good. They played Slime Feet.
Dildo poop was fun. They were all,
Dildo poop.
So halfway through my selection of words and porn
Pornographic
MD,
searches.
halfway through I was like, these are all a bit tame. I know it sounds crazy, but when you look at it as much as we do to do Wankety Wank.
Yeah.
So I changed it from straight to trans, and then I got a much more
A much wider
interest
range.
in much
Wider range of options there.
Yes, the first one that came up during that change was mum shitting.
Why specifically a mum? though?
Yes, must be mum.
What's the difference between
I
mum
do
shit?
like the first one, super tiny ass master.
That worked out really well.
I have no idea what the fuck was going on
I
there.
always wanted to be a super tiny ass master.
Well done, Joe. That's probably the most I think you've cracked up during a Wankety
I
Wank.
usually do all right, but then I
You
finish
usually-
it with a laugh that seems phony.
Yeah,
but it's
it's-
all of my laughter
It's
hidden.
usually me that mispronounces or fucks up and sets myself off first. Then you react to it. But this time, you just the answers, the replacements alone were sending you down
So
a path
good.
of fucking laughter.
So good. I would never tire of that
Wankety Wank.
of that
segment.
Wankety Wank. So I would never tire of it.
No, we'll get back on that. I think one day it'd be fun. To do like a couple of like sitcoms. Like do like one from EastEnders.
I like the idea. I had this idea, which was we do like a whole sort of like section, which is two characters in a film, and you have some, and I have some, but then we've also got separate lists of wankety wanks that we're doing.
that's
like,
gonna be hard.
It would be insane. Like
we
it
would
be
probably
insane.
have to like record that separately and then be
Yeah.
like, ah, here's when we try to do it.
We could do like when like Al
that'd be
Pacino and Robert De Niro meet in Heat.
Oh, and Heat. I think we'd have to go a bit more.
bit more fun.
Yeah, not even
fun
fun,
with
just like recognizable. I mean, that's an
I
amazing
think we should
scene,
do.
but we should
If
do,
it
like,
was, I think we should do like we should
popcorn movie.
We should do like female characters.
wow, like fucking Thelma and Louise. Like,
Yeah, film or like
it's just us holding hands.
Cher and Thingy from Clueless.
Nice. Not Cher the singer. Chair.
No, fuck this chair.
Chair.
Have we been pronouncing it wrong all
Have
these
you,
years?
have you met Chair?
Sunny and Chair.
With Cher, there's always that rant. I don't know why it always pops in my head every time she's mentioned. I flash back to remember Shooting Stars.
Yeah.
I flash back to Shooting Stars where they'd play those ridiculous games into the show.
Oh God, yeah.
Bob and Ruth Mortimer, and it was a game where they had clocks, like alarm clocks, like the old style ones on a bit of string,
Yeah.
and like a rail, and you were stood at the end of it, and they like launched the clocks at you, and you had to try and dodge the clocks so they didn't hit you. But they said the only thing you have to help defend yourself is the shield of Cher. And it was a big shield with Cher's face on it. And he went, because it's a shield of Cher, because as we all know, she can turn back time.
Of course.
And that's to like block the clocks being thrown out.
I would have in the 90s. I would have loved to have sat down and watched Vic Rees and Bob Mortimer come up with these ideas.
Oh man, incredible!
I would have loved
so
to
fucking
have watched
funny.
it.
So fucking funny. I still enjoy watching it now when it pops up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shooting stars. Right, I'd say it brings us to the end. Again,
is.
after a nice little wankety wank roundup.
A nice little soiree.
Yes,
into
we
some
went on
wanks.
many tangents there.
There were bees. There was wanks.
There was a lot of trains.
There was droppings.
There was lots of
There was
trains.
some trains. Remember trains, because that's going to make the artwork fucking seem relevant.
We still haven't got. Maybe we'll just call the episode "Trains."
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
Trains, things are happening to me.
Very nice, sir.
Trains, things are happening to me. That actually could be the title.
Trains, things. It sounds like trans though.
No, but it would be spelt trains.
Trans things are
Yeah,
happening.
but it would be spelt trains, so people would be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, right, okay." Or they'd be like, "I don't understand." Greg's made a fucking spelling
I don't get
error
that.
again.
I don't get that Toy Story reference.
Yes, what's he talking about? They're not on trains, or is them on a train on? Oh, very good.
Well,
Good
I've
night.
been
Farewell.
I've been train enthusiast Joe Jackson.
I've been head in the lift, Greg Armstrong.
I did have another one lined up, but I fucking forgot what it was.
Oh, Jesus, Jess. Why didn't you even tell me about it?
Don't know. That's why I went with train enthusiast.
Right, excellent. Good work.
Fuck it.
Train enthusiast. We'll see you next time where we'll talk about something else other than trains.
Or will we?
Trains.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.